Hi, my name's Andy Holmes, Mountain Bike Product Manager here at Felt Bicycles, here today to talk to you about the 2011 9 Series. The Felt 9 Series is always designed to be Felt's ultimate cross-country hardtail. And for 2011, we've actually expanded the line down to more entry-level models to provide those same ride characteristics that we have on our higher-end models down to more entry-level riders.
The 9 series of bicycles is something we've been producing for many years now, both in aluminum and carbon construction. What's kind of cool about the 9 series bikes is that when we started doing these years ago, we took an aspect of the fact that Felt was a racing company. So when we designed this 9 series bike, we really just didn't want to design another 29er that's kind of been in the market. A lot of people started doing bikes that were kind of tall in the bottom bracket, kind of slack in the head tube angle, so they felt kind of big and heavy. They were kind of set up more as like an all-purpose trail bike. Well, Felt being the racing company it is, we really wanted to focus our attention to a bike that gave you all the benefits that you would use in racing situations. So for a 26-inch bike, for example, I typically have a little bit lower bottom brackets, steeper head angles, real quick, agile geometry. But the 26-inch tire doesn't lend itself to the comfort or the low rolling resistance of the 29er. So how can you tie those two bikes together? And that's kind of what was our goal. So let's make a bike that has aggressive, performance-based geometry, but also all those benefits of the larger wheels that a 29er has. And that's basically what we did. So when you look at our 9 series bikes, you're going to see steep head angles. This makes the wheelbase and the front center a little bit shorter. So on the single tracks, the bike's real responsive and real quick. It also keeps the trail numbers to a respectable figure, so you don't have a bike that has a real heavy, floppy kind of feel when you're riding the trail on tighter single track or switchbacks or things like that. Also, some interesting features on our bike is that we have a slightly curved seat tube that allows us to have a really short rear center of the bike. Again, keeping that wheelbase tight, keeping that bottom bracket low, and giving you a bike that has all the performance that you would want out of a race bike, yet all the features that you also are looking for in a 29er. Low rolling resistance, comfort, and just a real efficient package. So our 9 series is really unique in the fact that it ties those two aspects of a race bike and a 29er together.
The bike is designed to handle everything from cross-country race courses to your local trails. The bigger 29er wheels allow the bike to roll over obstacles that would actually stop a standard 26-inch wheel. We knew we wanted to develop a bike that had the characteristics of a larger wheel diameter. However, we didn't want to lose the performance that we all knew from 26-inch wheel cross-country hardtails. All the bikes feature a 72-degree head angle, 80mm fork with a 44 to 46mm offset, and a low bottom bracket. This tied together provides a bike that handles just like a 26-inch wheel bike, yet still rolls over the bumps by very virtue of the larger 29er wheels. The main issue that we came up against when developing the 9 series was shortening the rear triangle up, which is why you'll see on our carbon fiber frames and also our alloy frames a curved seat tube. This allows us to bring the rear wheel in. With a shorter rear triangle, this actually allowed us to get better weight distribution on the bike. This gives us a bike that can carve corners and sprint out of turns just like its 26-inch counterparts. One thing we noticed as we were developing the frames further was racers coming to us actually asking us for the frames. Using their input for 2011, we were actually able to reduce the frame weight, increase stiffness, and make the bikes an overall better race package than ever before. We actually have racers on the US domestic circuit who are out there every weekend winning races on our frames. For 2011, the high-end carbon fiber frame has been lightened up by 75 grams using inside-out technology. As we drop down into our race-level alloy frames, we've lightened up the tube sets to further improve the ride characteristics and overall handling of the bikes. At the entry level, we've introduced a new frame which features all the characteristics of its higher-end race counterparts, but in a more trail-ready package at a better price point. At the entry level, we have the new 9 Trail, featuring a Suntour fork and Shimano 24-speed drivetrain. The 9 Sport, featuring a 27-speed Shimano drivetrain, hydraulic brakes, and a RockShox Dart 29 fork. The 9 Race, featuring Shimano Dynasis 10-speed drivetrain, RockShox Reba fork, and our premium alloy race frame. The 9 Elite, featuring our UHC Advanced carbon fiber frame, SRAM 10-speed drivetrain, and a RockShox Reba fork. The 9 Team, featuring our UHC Performance frame, full SRAM XO Grupo, Mavic wheels, and a RockShox Reba fork. We have our 9 Solo single-speed frame, which features our alloy race tube set, eccentric bottom bracket and replaceable derailleur hanger for people who want to run it 1x9 or 1x10. Our 9 race frame set, which features the same frame as our 9 race complete bike. 9 LTD frame set, which features our UHC Ultimate plus Nano frame and the same geometry as is shared throughout the rest of the line.